Hi, I'm Marley Cutbush from Flagship International Yacht Brokers. I'm here with Blayne, Astley, and we thought we'd do a recap video on the sale of Capricornus, which was a 50-meter catamaran power cat that we just recently closed. And it was certainly a team effort in terms of the involvement with Jim in our office, Blayne and myself. And it was, we thought we'd just run you through what the deal looked like, some of the challenges that we had, and some of the exciting opportunities that we got throughout the process. So it's not very often that we get to close a 50-meter deal. So it's an exciting achievement for us at Flagship. Originally, Jimmy in our Sydney office had a connection with the owner and the manager of the boat. So he sort of landed that initial inquiry in terms of listing the vessel. At the time, the boat was based in Palau, which is a beautiful island group, sort of east of the Philippines. But we hadn't seen the boat by the time we'd sort of done the listing, and we had an idea. We'd seen a bunch of photos and had GAs and drawings, and so we had a pretty sound understanding of the boat itself, but we hadn't physically been on board. So Blayne and I were fortunate enough to head over for the photo shoot as well as writing inventory, and which was an amazing experience. Palau's one of the most beautiful diving centres in the world. So that was a really cool experience. But what we found, Blayne sort of did a bunch of videography, and we did a 3D Matterport walkthrough. So the tyranny of distance with the location that the vessel was meant we had to go above and beyond on that content generation, and try and make it easy for a buyer to have a really sound understanding of the vessel prior to making the trip there. Then once we went to market, we sort of had overwhelming interest very, very early on. But one of those barriers to the inspection was the fact that the vessel was in Palau. So because of that, it was decided that we'd bring the boat to Phuket in Thailand. So that took a couple of months to get organised and make the trip over. That as soon as the vessel arrived, it had been, since it was launched, it had been cruising around on its own keel. So it was needed a round of works. Nothing, just cosmetic stuff. So we facilitated some day workers. Blayne spent a lot of time here as a captain on a 40-meter, so he had some really good contacts. So we got, what was it, like 20 or 30 day workers to do a couple of weeks on the boat, just getting it back up to where she was when she was launched, after that 18 months of cruising. And that was sort of a game changer for the way the vessel presented. Like, we'd already had the media, but the way the vessel then presented, we were sort of confident that we're in the right location and the vessel was ready to be shown. And then in very, very quick succession, we had sort of back-to-back inspections. The fact that the vessel was then in Thailand meant that the owners reflagged to Langkawi. It was originally Panama flagged, so it was there was a fair bit of involvement from us to assist with that reflagging process, assist with sort of some commerciality around what could be best, what's sort of in the best interest of the sale and the campaign. But that was again, that was a good learning experience for us, and a good learning experience certainly for the owners going through that process. That the vessel was originally BV passenger ship, but again, that was sort of creating some, we had half of our inquiry was from commercial operators that were attracted to that, but the other half were just loved the platform but would want a full super yacht interior, and would only really want to operate it privately, or maybe commercial charter, but certainly not passenger ship, which it was originally BV passenger ship. So because of that, there was some different challenges along the way. We had some inquiry of people that wanted to just do a refit and turn it into a super yacht interior, as opposed to that more liveaboard dive commercial yacht interior, which sort of drove us to continuing conversations with the builder, who is the owner, about what it would look like if we were to build a new one, as opposed to selling this as a commercial yacht, building someone a new one and then doing a super yacht fit out. Again, that was a really, really cool experience because it meant we were dealing with designers, dealing with naval architects, redesigning some general arrangements, getting some renders done of what an interior could look like of that boat. But again, we were stuck because there was 50-50 on inquiry in terms of commercial or private yacht. Then basically one of the people that first came to look at the boat, and while they were here, we did sea trials. We sort of negotiated, and then we went down the new build path with those guys, and then circled back to acquiring Capricornus and taking it to Europe and doing a refit. So again, that was an amazing experience. It was also, just the nature of the deal. So that we had the buyer's lawyer was in London. One of the buyers, husband and wife, one was in America, the other one was in Europe. The sellers were in China, we were in Australia. So it was just, logistically, it was again, a lot of fun, but very small windows of overlaps for teams meetings that we were doing at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. But then, we went through to sea trial survey. The survey again was another exciting process. The boat passed with flying colours, with no metal degradation anywhere. And then we went through to settlement, which again, any big deal with a bunch of lawyers and different parties involved, it was challenging. But then I think as part of the document handover, we had to compile 287 documents ready for closing that go with the ship to the new owner, making sure a lot of those were all then certified and witnessed, issued by the right flag state or class. So yeah, it was a pretty involved process, but something that it was an amazing experience and a great outcome for everyone. I guess to a certain extent, one of the deal was amazing and we closed it, but one of the most sort of honourable things is that the owners and / builders enjoyed working with us, and we built a really, really positive relationship with them, and a lot of trust. And so now we're sort of in very early discussions around building another one, and having Flagship represent that new build. And the owners are already building another 54-metre monohull, which they'll be getting Flagship again to list. So it's just that full circle of a transaction. It's always nice to come out the other end with that trust and support from an owner, particularly to go to the point that let's have a chat about us assisting them with marketing and the building of new vessels. So yeah, it was a pretty exciting and rare journey for us, but certainly something we hope to do more of. And yeah, we learned a lot along the way and had a great deal of fun.
Couldn't have said it better.